Is there anything else at the top of the city? Nope, nope, that is it. Alright, let's go back. Up we go. We're bound to get into some trouble, so let's just haste where we stand. And can you please re-mirror image while we're here? Hell, you may as well re-bless while we're here as well. Why not? Go. Save. In. Oh, wow. What's with the flora? That certainly wasn't there before.
You can handle them.
Oh, wow. That's a clusterfuck. This guy's hit hard. Okay, well, Jeff, you're going to get whacked real hard, but go for it. You know what? Use a breath weapon, girl. 100 damage? We have been so underutilizing you, it's not funny. Okay, if you're going to have to move to hit somebody, move closer and then hit.
You've crossed the wrong
That way you can get absolutely everybody.
It's your time to cease to exist.
What do I want to use? It's just the two of you, right? So many options. How about that? It's been so long since we've used it. Not really worth it. Not really worth it at all. So we're just going to do a good old-fashioned flame strike. Much better. No, this one. Oh, it doesn't matter, you can't get there. Bye-bye! I was just about to say, don't die, Crusader, and the next thing you know, she gets absolutely demolished.
Distract them from
Oh well.
Retreat is not an option.
Come on, land. Oh, so close.
You're in my way.
It's okay, Grable has got this. Okay, Ivy, please heal yourself. Oh no. Oh no. That's effort. Heal yourself. Can you please... What does she need? Just normal restoration? Caster is staggered. God damn it. Are you still staggered? I don't really have time for your bullshit, buddy. This is time that spells are wearing off. Can't you unstagger yourself when combat is no longer upon us? Oh. Never mind, she healed herself. Got rid of it. Maybe just do one of those.
Never fun.
Great.
Something wrong.
Let's go, guys. So we just need to find the Bell of Mercy. I haven't been looking for this shit. Where is the Bell of Mercy? I legitimately don't know where it is. I don't remember ever seeing the Bell of Mercy. Hal! Hi, Hal. A familiar red-haired healer brushes some ash from his sleeve and shakes his head as he inspects a pile of charred demon corpses. They were too stubborn to retreat. Their determination could have helped them in life, but instead it has only led to their untimely death. I regret having to kill them. What are you doing here? I debated for a long time whether or not to interfere in Dresden's affairs. How nice that he came of his own volition. That's so sweet. However, the words of the loyal warriors who remained behind to defend the fortress touched my heart. I was persuaded to get involved, and none too soon it seems. Haliciliax. I got his name right. Yes. Gestures towards the demon corpses nearby. See, that's actually momentous. The fact that the dragon interceded of his own volition to help people. That's so nice. What happened to the cultists they spared? I heard that he became a healer. I do not know if he still worships Baphomet, but even if he does, I'm certain that he will bring more good into the world than evil. Missing close quotation marks. Haliciliax smiles. You should be proud of yourself. You chose to spare him. Thanks to your decision, the world now has another caretaker of the afflicted. Come with me, you can help drive away the demons. You're not leading a large force against the demons, and that leads me to believe that you do not want to attract attention. An occult dragon entering the fray is something that attracts a good deal of attention, trust me. Furthermore, Haliciliax regards you intently. I wish to see for myself what you've achieved over the years. Years? Honey, it's been 6 months tops since I last saw you. Okay, maybe a month or two on top of that. I want to observe how the dragon spirit manifests within you. I so want to pick dragon, but I'm not going to. I need to keep channeling the Azata within. Oh, but I really want to choose dragon. Okay. Farewell, Commander. This will be a difficult fight, but if you look within yourself, you'll find that your spirit, the spirit of a dragon, cannot be defeated. If you feel desire to follow Trendlev's example, come and meet me in Dresden after the battle. And if you do not, well, this will be our last meeting. I don't want to lose Ivu. It's kind of where I'm going with this. Oh yeah, that's going to be nothing. Okay, this is the Citadel. I still haven't found the Bell of Mercy. Who or what are we fighting? Are we going into the Citadel to fight this person? Just checking if there's any loot. Doesn't look like there's any loot to be had in the courtyard. Can't be bothered to go up top, so let's just go in. Gotta pause though. Where is this Bell of Mercy? I was right. The bloody bell's all the way back here. I told you it made sense for it to be at the temple. I know it's really unnecessary for me to do this, and I'm going to lose all the buffs I literally just placed upon myself, but I'm a completionist, alright? I want to get this quest done. Okay, I'm not that much of a completionist because I'm not doing Amber's quest. I didn't do the dragon quest. I didn't reload to do the dragon quest. Why are you guys running in 2 separate batches? Y'all are weird. Anyway, it's apparently on some scaffolding around here. I haven't really seen any scaffolding, so we're going to have to investigate what that means exactly. Oh, there it is. Found the scaffolding. Who's ringing it? Guys, get your asses up there now. We don't get to hear the bell. That's kind of useless now that I've killed literally every demon in the city already. Probably would have been useful if we, you know, yeah, hadn't already killed everything. To be fair, these weren't very difficult battles. Although Haliceliax was saying that the upcoming battle is going to be the most difficult, so there's that. I'm going to rebuff them before they go into the city, though, just in case I encounter some troubles. Although the Citadel's really... actually, we've done the Citadel before and it was massive, I think. But now the Citadel's really small because it consists of, like, corridor, war room, my room. Doesn't really have much to it. Is that someone I'm supposed to have, like, spoken with? Oh, well. Yeah, we've missed some loot along the way. Not the end of the world. Hi, Hal. Bye, Hal. I still really want to pick Dragon, but I don't want to lose Ivu. She's amazing, especially now that she can heal. Very handy having a secondary healer. Oh yeah, I said I was going to buff, didn't I? Well, it looks like we are going to not do much here. It looks just as small as I remember it. Are we going to the war room?
We do it my way.
There's a storyteller. Okay, bro, I'll be back. Let me finish checking this place out. My room's fine? Galfrey, do anything to it.
This is my kind of work.
My stash is gone.
Follow if you dare.
Okay, storyteller. Storyteller turns to you calmly. Long months have passed, Commander. But even while you were away on the other plane, I could hear your brave heart beating. The sound never stopped for a second. Finian laughs. We've still got to do your quest, but I don't know where to go for it. You're a lively one, Grandpa Elf, always finding yourself in the most dangerous spots. But I'm still glad to see you, although you'd be safer tucked up by a fire somewhere. How have things been? The Queen showed us nothing but respect and fair treatment. After she decided to proceed with the crusade, many of us chose to stay with the unit ordered to protect the Wardstone until your return. It was an easier decision for me than for others. I had encountered you in the Abyss, and I knew you were alive, but not everyone believed me. And then yesterday, I had a vision. I was leafing through the pages that you had collected for me, and suddenly I saw the future. Not the future clamoring to be told by the page in my hand, but your future. The future of the person who first brought that page to me. Oh, what if I hadn't brought him pages? Would he then not have had that vision? In my vision, you returned from the Abyss, marked by new powers that wound around you like snakes. Your voice made the earth tremble. People and demons dropped to their knees, and Iomedae herself extended you a helping hand. But the only thing you were concerned with was the whereabouts of the banner that Queen Galfrey had taken with her. It's not just me who thinks that. The storyteller thinks that I should be thinking that. Bitch, give me back my banner, because that's what it is. It's no longer her precious sword of valor with her Iomedae BS. It's my banner. She did not deserve to touch it. I know what I saw is difficult to believe, but I am in the habit of trusting my visions. So I hurried to the citadel to lay my hands on some of Queen Galfrey's possessions and trying to discern where she went and where your banner is now. Yeah, my banner. Where'd she go? It wasn't easy. I saw the Queen's future and her past as if looking through shattered glass. Multiple visions came one after another, distorting the picture. The Queen is in mortal danger, at the crossroads of her fate, and her every step may prove fatal. I care not which way it goes as long as I get my banner back. But I did not give up, and fortune smiled upon me. I touched her goblet and learned where she was leading her army. Her Majesty decided to march for eyes. Oh my god, she's so dead. A bold move, one worthy of a queen who is not accustomed to hiding. My, there was indeed a bold move for my dear cousin, no doubt about it. As bold as stepping into a volcano. When you're dealt crappy cards and you can see you're crooked anyway, the only thing left to do is go all in. Cross your fingers and hope for the best. It's still better than sitting on your butt waiting to be killed. Unfortunately, the consequences of the rash decisions of monarchs fall upon the heads of entire nations. And what's worse, they fall upon our heads, because we shall have to clean up the mess afterward. Correct. Eyes, that place sounds familiar. Can you remind me the details? Yeah, it's the Citadel. The capital of Sarkoris. 2/3 of most streets have collapsed the whirlwind, but the city still holds on. Okay. To arms! It's time for the final battle of Dresden! Storyteller nods. Yes, your arrival has changed everything. Attacked by 2 armies, we felt like a dilapidated palisade on the verge of being swept away by a giant wave. But with your return, we have become an indestructible wall that will stand any blow. Defend Oh shit, maybe I should have rusted. There's one more thing. The storyteller pauses for a while. In the shattered remains that form her fate, I can sense your presence. And I'm convinced that the Queen could sense it too. No one can say what your next encounter will lead to, but there is one thing I know for certain. Queen Galfrey's fate and yours are tightly intertwined. God damn it, that means she has to live. I hate that woman. Between the lines, show Galfrey's letter to the storyteller. Perhaps that is what made the Queen write this letter to you. Lyria, I don't know where you are now. Are you even still alive? I don't know what to do, but I am Queen and I must act accordingly. I don't know why I'm even writing this letter. You are unlikely to ever read it. Forgive me, Galfrey. I don't. Wallow in your own goddamn guilt until it chokes you. After I touched her... Yes, I've become quite vindictive since starting this game. After I touched her goblet, I saw her hiding it in a secret compartment in the wall, and I managed to find it. I do not know what it says, but I can sense the emotions that were tearing the Queen apart while she wrote it. Again, suffer from your guilt. The storyteller ponders for a moment. I think I'll be able to tell you about the feelings she was experiencing in that moment. If you wish, you can come to me later, when everything is settled down, and bring this letter with you. We will look into the past of this item together. Here we go! Hal, you gonna come save little old me? Please? Holy shit. Oh no, there are too many of them. There aren't that many, technically speaking. It's useless, we're done for. Don't fall back, hold the line. I mean, half of that is me, so there's not many of us left. Orengofta, a huge, oily Nalfashni, is waiting for you with his arms folded. Here comes the commander, kids. Ha! It's the commander. Do you like what you see? You've arrived just in time to hear your friends screaming for help. They trusted you, and look what's happened to them. Are they all gonna get... I think everyone here might get some of my abilities. Just a thought. Because surely something magnificent has got to happen at this point, honestly. Do you think that you can rescue them? Ha! Who do you think you are? Aponavicius. You shouldn't have angered our master, mortal. He will take away everything you have. Your mind, your flesh included. You belong to him now. Who sent this army here, you beast? We also have our master Baphomet. Okay, so he sent them before he died, because he would not have sent them after his death, because he needs to go against Nocticular instead. Lord of the Labyrinth, he promised us Dresden, and your skin is a doormat. The Marilith adds with a smug grin. You'll only get Dresden, or Rangufta. The skin is mine and mine alone. She will look splendid in my chambers in the inelectable prison. I'll do what that idiot Monago failed to accomplish. I'll destroy the wardstone as you watch, little commander, and then I'll admire your despair frozen on your face forever. I'll rescue my friends. Fighters of Dresden, don't give up. Do you believe they can hear you? Or your pathetic attempts to win turn to ashes, don't you see? What do you mean? What do you mean? I've literally won every battle I've started. I've always been victorious. And this is the great heroine everyone is so afraid of. Come on, show us what you've got. I have the right to become my plaything. or die alone and forgotten in an unmarked cell. What are you waiting for? Can't you see them screaming? Hear them screaming. Why aren't you rushing to help them? Ah, right, you can't. You're just a small insect that bit off more than you could chew. You're nobody. Requires legend. I've got to make a decision now? I feel that with the dragon path, I need strength to attack. And I don't have strength. I know it buffs your abilities. I mean, that was an outdated guide. Maybe I need to just stop here and go and watch an updated Dragon Mythic Path guide and just figure out the details of what it is, because as much as I'd like to pick it, I don't want to be screwed over by my base stats and be a defective dragon, shall we say. But I also really don't want to lose Iru, and I would if I go dragon. Oh. I mean... And I don't really know what that is. Legend Mythic Path. Yes, I am immortal. I am the commander. Ow, I sat on my foot and now my ankle is killing me. Oh, what an angle. Ow. This is my city, my people, and my destiny. Ooh, I really like the determination in that. That's very delightful. Oh, God. I don't know. I guess the main reason I'm not going dragon is because I don't want to lose Ivu. Ivu's just so amazing. But what does 10th level Azata even get me? I don't know what that is, but that's the problem. It doesn't tell me what these things are. How am I supposed to make an educated decision when I do not know what half these things are? It's dragon though. Dragon's amazing. Oh, I'm now digging my nails into my palms. That's not healthy behavior. I don't know what the top is, so we're just disregarding that out of hand, though it sounds interesting. I like the way, this is my people, my city, my people, my destiny. That's a beautiful line. Part of me wants to just pick it because that's amazing. But in the wind of change, you shouldn't have tried to set him away. I am a gold dragon. Let's just double down. Double down. What have I done? What have I done? Power rushes through... What have I done? Okay, so we've hit mythic level 8. Power rushes through your body, almost ripping it apart. The wound in your chest bursts open in a spray of bloody droplets. The might bestowed upon you by the Abyss and Arili Vorlesh erupts into this world, and you pay for it in purest agony. The echo of your voice rolls over the streets of Dresden. I don't even use any of her Azada abilities. Maybe I should have just gone dragon. Spreading beyond the city, soaring up into the air, and is answered by a chorus of voices that seems to reverberate in every street and alleyway. But is it really just an echo? Or perhaps they are indeed the voices of your friends, rushing to help after hearing your call? Can we sing the song of Elysium? What's happening? I'm making shit pretty. Yay! The Free Crusaders! Where it's a tree. Where's Scarenthal? What happened to Scarenthal? Well, kind of disappointing that I didn't get to do that battle myself. Not gonna lie. Hey, Rainbow! It's kind of nicer that they got the victory themselves. They didn't rely on me to do it. What the? What the? That's Iomade, isn't it? It is that not Iomade? Isn't... An incredible silence suddenly descends over the city. It is broken by the solemn sound of fanfares that seem to come from far away, everywhere and nowhere all at once. All eyes are turned to the huge stained glass window of the city's main cathedral. It begins to glow with a soft light. Wait, wasn't this... Yes, this is a temple of Iomade. I was thinking Abadar, but no. Sinaway was Abadar. A lone figure steps out of the glass onto the cobblestones of Dresden.
Knight Commander.
Holy shit!
At last we meet. A
god is talking to me? What? There is no mistaking her, Iomedae, the goddess who has deigned to descend to the world of mortals. Your companions shield their faces, unable to withstand her radiance. The surviving demons quiver, the townsfolk fall to their knees, but the deity's eyes are on you and you alone. I greet you, light of the sword. Oh wow, look everyone, it's Goddess! Make an obscene gesture. Ha! I greet you, light of the sword.
And I greet you, Knight Commander.
I don't know why, but I always have pictured Iomedae as blonde.
I suppose you're asking yourself why I am here.
Yeah!
Gods must not interfere directly in the affairs of mortals. But what is happening here, in the Worldwound, is no longer the concern of mortals alone. And this is proof. This fortress has witnessed so many horrors and miracles. It makes me wonder how it still stands.
Because I'm a stubborn bitch, that's how it still stands. For a moment, the goddess diverts her eyes from your face and looks out over Dresden, surveying the chaos caused by the recent battle and the manifestation of your power.
Goodness and the light of hope are not unknown to you, but you mix them with recklessness. And the power that feeds this recklessness is dangerous.
I'm going to repeat what I said about Galfrey Iomedae. Galfrey's been fighting against the Worldwound for a century, and she's gotten nowhere. She's gone backwards. My recklessness mixed with this power is giving us victory. Please don't lecture me on it.
You have achieved victory by uniting outcasts and pariahs. But where are you leading them? And what will your beautiful promises of freedom cost you?
I mean, at this point, I do kind of think my life is irrelevant, and it's more about saving everybody else. It's a bit altruistic of me, but I do think that is my opinion at the moment.
But I did not come here to reproach you, or to bewail the fate of the unfortunate defenders of Dresden.
Yes, I stopped mid-conversation to eat. I thought this might take a while, so I thought, I'm going to take a break now.
I wish to stop the forces of evil and defend Golarion, both from Dascari's violent rage and from Nocticula's insidiousness. But that is not my only goal. I have come here to restore justice, for justice is the birthright of all. That's why I hail you as a heroine who has triumphed over the demons many times.
What's Galfrey gonna say once she realizes I was visited by her holy goddess? Suck it, Galfrey.
At the same time, I grieve for you, as for a soul that is caught in a web of demonic deceit and villainy.
I mean, yes, but no. Deceit, yes, but kind of with good intentions. You're right, but what can I do about it? I've achieved more in my crusade than all the other crusaders achieved in 100 years. I've said that a bajillion times. So if you think you're going to criticize me for using my power, think again. Oh god, what are the consequences of these options? Such heartwarming concern for me, let's be honest. What is your real reason for coming here? Maybe I did acquire my powers from dubious source, but I follow my own path.
You may think so, but alas, this is not true. It can be, however, if you accept my help.
Why can't everybody just leave me alone to do my own thing? Why does everybody gotta poke and prod and take my help? No, take my help. Take my boon. Take my profane gift. Can y'all just let me be?
In that moment, when my poor
Your
herald
herald
was
is
being
an
torn
idiot.
apart by
I
monsters,
don't particularly care.
he found the strength to send me a message about what he had learned in the Abyss. You were in Elysium, where you spoke with the Lady in Shadow and the Architect of the Worldwound. They confessed what they had done to you, but they did not reveal the whole truth.
Yes, I'm aware of that.
Both you and this unfortunate world will have to pay dearly for the power that they so generously bestowed upon you. But all is not yet lost. That is why I have come.
It's just so hard to trust her. I mean, I don't trust Nocticula or Aurelu, but from what I can tell, their intentions are clear. Yes, there's stuff they haven't told me, but from what I can perceive, I know what they're trying to get out of this. You just come on here on your high horse, you know, when shit's already gone down, pretty late. If you wanted to have a say in this, Iomedae, you should have come earlier. Oh, speak of the devils? Haha. The walls of Dresden shake again, and with a ringing laugh, a black shadow appears before the shining goddess, Nocticula in the flesh. Oh yeah, because the banner's gone. Bloody Galfrey. Standing beside her is Aureli Vorlash, who stares at Goddess with ice-cold rage in her eyes.
Who here has been taking my name in vain? Ah, it's you, the Inheritor. What's this? Our worst fears have come to pass. The gods are flocking to Golarion. This merry little tinderbox could ignite at any moment, reducing the material plane to dust.
And I'm going to take a bit of a neutral standpoint here. But Iomedae stands for, like, pure good. She doesn't see many shades of grey. And then you've got Nocticula. To be honest, she does see shades of grey. But, like, she's on the opposite end of the spectrum. I've got good and evil vying for my attention. And it's just like, guys, the world is neither good nor evil. It's everything in between. I don't feel like going towards one side or the other. Because neither should triumph over the other. I know that sounds bad in the context, in like, good should always triumph over evil, blah, 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 blah. But in this realistic sense, there's technically nothing wrong with Nocticula and her demons. It's the ones that are invading Golarion that are the bad ones. Her lot, they just want to do their thing over in their corner of the universe. And that's okay. I don't really think that I should be picking Iomedae over Nocticula and Aurelu. I have no reason to pick Iomedae over them. If I can pick both or neither, probably the safer option.
I did not come here to fight.
Oh, really? I didn't realize you were good for anything else.
Hee hee.
Forgive me, that was unfair of me. Judging by your successes over the last 100 years, fighting is not your forte. After all, the wound is still there, as far as I know. So why are you here? If you have come
Look at the
to
back of her
meddle in my
wings.
affairs, don't expect me simply to stand aside.
How interesting. How very interesting. Goddess, can you banish this one of the abyss or destroy them entirely? This party's really getting started now. Who'll be next to arrive? Kate and Gilliam Max. I'm so tempted to take that offer. I don't want to listen to you, Iomedae. Leave now. I have nothing to discuss with either of you. I'm ready to hear what you want to tell me.
The two of us will be more than enough. Listen to what I have to tell you. If she wishes to be present for this conversation, so much the better.
Well, good. If I've got both sides of the party here, finally, maybe we'll get the full picture of why me. We still don't have that answer.
Do you hear me, Nocticula? You and your servant are under no obligation to leave. I have come here to shed the light of truth.
About time.
Let us see if you both can withstand its merciless radiance. I cannot change the flow of mortal history by force. After all, the Worldwound is their doing, although committed at the behest of the Abyss. But sometimes force is unnecessary, and truthful words are all it takes.
Yeah, get on with it. You're
The
procrastinating.
goddess who was mortal not so long ago is eager to judge us for our sins now. My sin, to be precise. What lies behind your eagerness, proud Iomedae? Righteous wrath? Or perhaps fear? Watch out. A simple mortal woman has learned how to grant powers to others. Powers which are beyond the wildest dreams of many Imperial lords. This must be stopped, forbidden, taken away immediately. After all, what need will we have for all these arrogant gods once we become their equals?
She's got a good point. She really does. But can you guys not just have a pissing contest? Can we get to the story?
Silence. It is impolite to interrupt your elders.
She had a good point, though.
No, Inheritor.
Thank
She
you.
does have a point. What are you going to do now? Break my weapon, which has made so many victories possible, and only because she received that weapon from my profane hands, and the entire affair must therefore be profane also? What real reasons do you have, save those born of your envy, your capriciousness, and your suspicions?
My reasons are quite real, as you well know. That is why you appeared here in such haste, is it not? You have woven a delicate lace of half-truths, Nocticula.
I'm aware. Hurry up and tell me the other
you
half.
And your servant, the Knight Commander, has learned that she is bound to the Worldwound, that she is slowly dying because of its influence, and that she is yet capable of closing it. But you withheld a crucial piece of information.
Fury rings in the voice of the goddess.
You never told her that closing the wound won't save her from death.
What?
For this lock will destroy the key to which it is bound. The one who closes the world wound will die along with it.
Called it! I told you this was a suicide run. Knew it!
That is true. I tried to tell you back in Elysium era, but I was not allowed to. It is an
She did try to
unavoidable
talk, and she kept getting
consequence of this
silenced.
process. To stitch two planes together as I have stitched Golarion and the Abyss, the soul of a mortal must be woven with the essence of the Abyss. To undo this seam, the original soul, the key, must be ripped apart. No one could survive such a process.
In other words, I'll die if I don't close the wound, and I'll die if I do close it. Do I get all these options? Please let me get to know I get to choose all these options.
It is
Yes,
true.
I do. Cool.
Now do you see the perils of accepting a demonic gift? No
not that
matter how
concerned, to
much
be honest.
power the Abyss gives you, that power will always be tainted by lies and misfortune. This is the justice I promised you. The right to know the whole truth, and not to be a plaything in the hands of abyssal spawn.
As I said, I already called it back in the Abyss. I wondered whether this was going to end in me sacrificing my life to close the world wound to save everybody. And as I just said, 15 minutes ago, I am at the point where I am ready to sacrifice myself to save everybody. I'm becoming that noble, funnily enough. So I'm not opposed to this. It would have been nice if people had told me earlier before I started along this path. But I mean, what can be done? For whatever reason, I was chosen. Still don't know why I've been chosen. I'm very confused about that point. But before my birth, this was my destiny. I do fully believe in being able to choose your own path, choose your own destiny and whatnot. But when it's of this scale, you kind of just have to go along with it. You can't really stand in the face of destiny. Oh god, now I'm starting to sound like, what's his name from Uncharted 2? The enemy. The bad guy. Dr. Galel, you're trying to hide this from me.
Trying, you say? I successfully hid the truth from you for as long as I deemed necessary.
As I said, I already figured it out.
Are you
Doesn't bother me.
expecting me to explain myself? My goal is to close the world wound, not to grant you a happily ever after.
I can't dispute that. What if I reject this power?
You will live.
Yeah, but would the world wound close?
You will lose everything that makes life worth living.
You will spoil a brilliant endeavor and destroy the lives of thousands of mortals who will be devoured by the legions of demons coming from the Abyss. Aside from that, you won't do anything extraordinary at all.
Yeah, so pretty much the world wound stays and everybody dies. Awesome. What if I'm willing to sacrifice my life if it means closing the world wound?
Oh, how noble!
Will Aurelia help
For a
me
brief moment,
avoid this
I
fate?
even felt some regret that we demons are incapable of such lovely feelings. You see now, Inheritor? My little protege has more nobility in her than you expected. Shame on you.
This nobility is exactly why I came here. To help the Knight Commander learn the truth, and to show her that she has been used.
I already knew I've been used.
Besides, I do not believe that you have been acting for selfless reasons, Lady in Shadow. Honesty and nobility have never counted among your virtues. You own the main source of Nihindrian crystals, and your servant, Aurilu, has learned how to break the laws of the universe with their help. Can it be that the ruler of darkness and mistress of assassins has not conceived a way to use this formidable gift for her own benefit?
Accusations, suspicions, all completely hollow, just like your bright-eyed pretty little head. It's a pity you inherited Eridan's sword, but not his sharp mind. I have but one goal now. To stop the armies of that lecherous billy goat and
Lecherous
that
billy goat.
gluttonous bug from strutting around my domain as if it were their own. I don't give a fig whether it will help mortals or hurt them. If the enemy of your enemy makes you a mutually beneficial proposition,
Already said
you
that.
would have to be a complete idiot
Yep.
to say no.
I already said my enemy's enemy is my friend. I can't disagree with her logic there at all. And the thing is, it's like these two are having a tug-of-war match with me in the middle. Aurilu, though, she really seems like she's trying to make me into the best form that she can. Yes, for her own reasons, her experiments, blah, 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 blah. But I think she's the only one who has a vested interest in me as opposed to the situation, which the other two have. The other two care about their situation, their worlds, etc., etc. Aurelia's the only one who cares about me, and closing the Worldwound, of course. So I'm keen to go with whatever she wants. She's the only one who cares. Can you help me cleanse? No, I don't think so. I'm finally starting to understand the rules of this game.
Yes. The power that Nahindrian crystals grant you will bring about nothing but your own demise.
So be it.
The branches of the Tree of Sin are vast and verdant, but its only fruit.
They'll sing songs of my death for millennia to
You will
come,
not be able to
right?
save yourself unless you reject everything that has been foisted upon you. Now you know everything.
I will close this Worldwound one way or another, Iomade. You can stand there up in your little whatever domain you live in, but I'm going to save the material plane.
No, we're not quite finished with the revelations yet.
Please, Aurelu.
Few secrets remain to be revealed, but they will be worth the wait.
Please tell me, Mama Bear.
Does this look familiar? Do you remember the similar wound above your own heart? I have given you enough hints. Come on, ask me the question I have been waiting for.
With a flick of the witch's wrist. Oh, yeah! Never noticed that. I've stared at that picture so many times and I've never seen that. Something changes in her, as if a veil has fallen, one so thin that it was almost invisible, but which had clouded your vision nonetheless. Now you can see what was hidden before, a deep open wound above Aurelu's heart. The wound pulsates as blood drips from it. I don't understand. This is the problem. Like, she's trying to hint at something, but I don't know what she's trying to hint at. I received my wound because you, Aurelu, implanted the essence of the abyss in my soul when you expanded the Worldwound. My question is, why do you have a similar wound? Could it be because you used your own soul as a key when you first opened the Worldwound? She's going to die as well. She's going to die as well. That's not good.
That's right. And this means that the Worldwound actually has 2 keys.
Is she going to sacrifice herself for me? Bold statement, I know. But as I said, she's the only one with my interests at heart.
Good question. Just imagine.
She didn't know.
I have wasted so much time chasing the key to the Worldwound, and the key was right under my nose this whole time. Aurelu, my love, come over here.
Nocticular, I'm sorry to be the one to tell you this, but I think as of this moment you've just lost her as your servant. She's not going to stay with you after this. She's coming with me. Well, going her own way. That works too. Aurelia does not look like someone who has been cornered. Without a trace of fear, she gives you a faint nod. And see what I mean? She's the only one with good sense here, even though she's responsible for all of this. I get that. I'm not saying she's not a bad person for what she's done, but... And then makes a barely discernible gesture with her hand and disappears as if she would never even hear.
Wait, I said wait! That little bitch.
Sucker.
I knew she would betray me sooner or later.
It was inevitable.
But I never expected such an idiotic stunt.
It was glorious.
But everything seems to be falling into
What
place
a
quite
sound.
nicely. You see, you don't have to die after all. Aurelu opened the Worldwound, and Aurelu will be the one who closes it, whether she likes it or not. Although, someone will need to catch her first, and this will require certain powers.
I still don't get why I was chosen. That has still not been explained. I was hoping you guys would tell me, but no one's told me. And so she has the wound from the original world wound, and I have the wound from when she expanded it. Am I assuming that correctly? Am I understanding that correctly? I think so. I still don't get why me though.
Yes. Aurelu Vorlesh will pay
Oh,
for her
just
crimes
leave the
with
woman
her
alone,
life.
honestly.
Her flight confirms that our suppositions were correct.
Oh,
But now we know that the Worldwound can be sealed with her blood. You have no reasons to remain indebted to the Abyss and indulge the Queen of the Succubi.
I
her
reject
gift
both
and
of you.
Secure your victory while being the person you were before Aurelu Vorlesh corrupted you. Win as a mortal and become a legend among mortals.
Oh, shut up. You're actually really annoying me.
She's talking rubbish.
So are you,
True,
actually.
we gave
You're
you the
annoying me as
power,
well.
But it was you who chose how to wield it.
Also true.
It belongs to you, and it will remain yours.
Thank you.
So you can do whatever you want with it. But first, you must use it to close the Worldwound. You aren't going to catch this world's most powerful witch, and a half-demon one at that, with your bare hands, are you?
Agreed. Before I make a decision, I want to ask Iomade some questions.
Ask, and you shall have
Oh
your
my
answers.
word, we're going to be here for a very long time. Goddess, can you help me cleanse my soul of the influence of the abyss?
Aurilu has planted a piece of the abyss itself in your soul. The only thing that can cleanse the soul of such a taint is that same soul. But I will be near. I will show you how to root out the demonic corruption. I am not a demon, and I do not offer any simple solutions. You will have to go your own way, no matter where it leads.
You gained your own power from a starstone. How is my power any different?
My ascension was not accomplished in one day.
Well, neither is mine.
And even the test of the Starstone
taken a year.
was only one of its stages. I did not merely gain power. I embraced a sacred duty.
Well, so did I, to close the world
Your
wound.
power, on the other
Sacred,
hand,
isn't it?
stems not from long hours of study, not from trials. It is not the natural
She's just jealous.
talent you were born with and carefully honed throughout your life.
Jesus.
It is the result of an evil soul's deranged experiment with the blood of dead abyssal lords.
Listen to this woman. She's pretty much just saying, you have not struggled as I have, therefore you are not worthy of it. Wow, get the stick out of your ass, Iomade. I can't believe I was so team Iomade until this moment. You imprisoned an entire host of angels inside the wardstones. Why did you do that to them?
Every one of my angels volunteered.
This is true.
for
I
that
can't blame her for
mission.
that.
They all knew what kind of watch they were going to
Okay,
keep.
cool. I blame myself for allowing
They
them
knew
to take
that
on a
it would
burden
be
that was
a
too heavy for
hard
them.
and
Did you send your
exhausting
herald to
battle.
follow me to the abyss, or did he go of
But
his
at
own
the
free will?
lie, he acted on his own noble impulse.
Noble my ass.
And I did
He's a
not stop
dick.
him. I also did not try to dispel his misconception about you being my chosen one. I do not lie, but both celestial beings and mortals can be mistaken.
She doesn't lie, sure. She merely withholds some of the truth. For the noblest of reasons, of course.
She's grating on me, but she's not wrong. Do you know what happened to her herald?
My herald, my loyal companion, was captured. And now demons are using him to attack Dresden. They're holding him in the Ivory
Oh
Labyrinth.
dear. How are they going to get him
Baphomet's
back?
realm of the abyss. It is a place I cannot go, not even to save my faithful friend. For doing so would start an interplanar war.
And so must ask you, trusted hero, to go into the depths of darkness and rescue him, for I cannot. But I'm not manipulating you, not at all.
Right now, as we speak, Baphomet's servants are torturing the hands
She's
of
really
the
laying it on
inheritor.
thick, isn't she?
Tormented and
Anguished.
He reaches for
Please, you
with
can't
his
leave him
thoughts
like
and
that.
his soul. I cannot tell if he sees you as a great unfulfilled hope or a last chance. But Baphomet knows well how to exploit such desperate yearning. He has turned my herald into a source of power to open temporary portals.
Oh, that sucks.
They do not last long, but they lead from the dungeon where the hand of the
Oh, so you're
inheritor
saying I need to
suffers,
take one of these
right
portals?
to your doorstep.
Oh dear.
Baphomet does not need to lead his armies through the rifts. Now he can send them right here.
Again. Because Galfrey got rid of the Sword of Alabama. I'm going to murder that woman when I find her and tell her that the fall of Dresden's her fault.
As long as my poor herald remains in the hands of that monster, this will not stop. I cannot say if it is still possible to save him, or if putting him out of his misery is the only way. I cannot openly ask you to intervene. But if you decide to do so, you will be helping both yourself and the one who chose the martyr's path when he followed you into the abyss.
I'm going to lay on all this emotional guilt onto you. I cannot ask you to do so. I cannot directly say so. But if you decide to do it, even though I've just emotionally guilted you into doing it, but it's your choice. Wow. Wow. So weird that they choose to add her now only to be an irritation. Ever since I acquired these powers, everyone has believed me to be Iomade's chosen. Why didn't you do anything to dispel this misunderstanding?
At first, I did not know who you were, or where your powers originated.
Well, I knew they weren't from
This
you.
was revealed to me
Always.
only when my herald offered up his dying prayer from the depths of the abyss. And following his desperate plea, I sought to confirm my suspicions. Until that point, I had observed you without intervening. After all, your crusade was securing victories.
That's because I'm
The
awesome.
first Golarion had seen in many
Yes,
years.
because I'm awesome.
So even if it was not I who had sent you into battle, it felt unfair to undermine you.
I appreciate that.
In other words, our Imperial guest had no problem with your power, as long as she didn't know where it came from. She didn't even share her suspicions with her own herald. And after all that, someone dares to claim that demons are the most deceitful creatures?
Noticular actually has a very good point. Ione didn't seek to interfere when she didn't know where they came from and while it was still serving her ends. But now that she's discovered that they're demonic in nature, oh no, we can't have that.
You should
Hypocritical.
not blame someone else if you base your accusations on vague suspicions rather than solid proof. You call my behavior deceitful. You, of all creatures, who kept the commander ignorant of the
Hey,
fate
she's got
you
3
had
tails.
chosen for her?
I just noticed.
Indeed, the insolence of demons knows no bounds.
Don't know why you want 3 tails. How do you sit? The tails must have to go up behind you because that looks so uncomfortable. A demon lord stands before you. Why don't you destroy her right here and now? War. Why have you decided to send to the moment at this particular moment?
As I have already said, I am here to open your eyes to Nocticula's lies and to prevent more calamities in the future. You are at a crossroads.
I've always been at a
now.
crossroads in this
I
game.
will not force you to do anything, but you needed to learn the truth and have the chance to cleanse yourself.
Why did Aurelia do everything possible to lead us to the idea that she was a key too?
The impulses that drive a soul as black as hers are beyond my comprehension. Perhaps she was startled by my arrival and decided not to bother keeping a secret that was bound to be revealed. Or perhaps she is up to some cunning scheme.
Nope. I already have my theory on
You
Aurelia and
are
I'm sticking to
God.
it.
The architect of the Worldwound will surely try to bring you down.
I disagree.
For if she truly is a key, then it must mean that she will die sooner or later due to the influence of her own horrible creation. And that means that sacrificing you is her only chance of survival.
No. That actually makes sense. One way or another, she's likely going to perish from the Worldwound since she was the original wound upon opening it. I think no matter what happens, including the Worldwound, Aurelia's probably going to die. Whether she sacrifices herself or whether I sacrifice myself, either way, I'm pretty sure it's still going to kill her. So that would make sense why she's trying to make me into her best experiment yet, her best form, her best version. Because she won't be there to do anything else herself. So she wants something of her own to continue. That's my theory. That's my theory. Again, I'm sticking to it. If she stabs me in the back, I'm okay with that because I'm choosing Aurelia. It's meant to be once again. How do? Yeah. Okay, whatever.
It is time to make-
Particular.
If you have questions, ask away.
Why did you try to hide the fact?
Because if I'd told you the truth, you would have refused to do it.
I'll wait for her to finish talking.
But you're not angry with me, are you?
Not particularly, no.
After all, everything has worked out perfectly fine. We found another key. So now you can live and enjoy your life. Provided that you catch Aurelia, of course.
As I've said many times already, if people had just asked me, I might have said yes. You would have refused to do it. I don't know. I'm pretty close to sacrificing myself to saving this world as it is. So if you just asked, I probably still would have said yes. Now that we've decided to use Aurelia to close the Worldwound, well, I mean, we haven't. We will, but we haven't. Do you still want me to keep the powers I acquired from her?
Of course I do. Firstly, you'll need those powers to catch Aurelia and bring her to Threshold. Surely you don't think she'll willingly fall into your hands.
thought we were doing Threshold
and
for
the demonic
eyes. We must be doing
hordes
eyes
will
for
politely
Threshold.
Make way for you. And secondly,
Oh, the Threshold was where the Worldwound started. Yes, that's correct.
the powers Aurelia gave you protect you from dying before your time. None of us want the wound to kill you prematurely. You are extremely useful to me alive. After all, If you let Aurelo slip through your fingers, we can always go back to the original plan for closing the wound.
I really deliberately let us the idea that she was a key too. Why?
Apparently, she understood that her secret was about to be revealed
I think you're all
anyway,
very much misunderstanding
so she decided
Aurelo.
to leave in style. What human female over 100 years old wouldn't feel flattered at being the center of attention? Although she could have other reasons. She obviously wanted us to understand everything and immediately rush off in pursuit
Aurelo's
of her.
going to come to me of her own
She's
volition.
probably been preparing for a war of all against all for a long time. And now she wants to wait it
Nope.
on her own
I think you're all very
terms.
wrong about Aurelo.
Expect treachery and traps wherever
No,
you go.
no. As I said, I'm standing firm on Aurelo. Where could she have fled to? Pretty much anywhere.
No, let's think. She's hidden in the abyss.
Yeah,
before.
yeah,
If
you're
I
too
were
slow.
her, I would hide in a place where the powers of her enemies were uncertain, and her own
Yep.
power was
Aren't you
close
afraid to stand in the presence of a
unlimited.
goddess? Julie planned to use me to
I
become a
see,
goddess
that is
yourself.
nothing but the wild speculation of a little girl who gained celestial power through no merit of her own, and now fears that others may do the same, forcing her to share her place in the spotlight. Do I want to become a goddess? Of course I do. Who wouldn't? Can you help me with that? Sadly, no. Of course, Aurelo used to blather on about how her brilliant invention could bake gods like pies. But between you and
What a
me,
vision.
the cleverer the inventor, the larger their ego becomes. So far, she hasn't managed to create anything stronger than you. And no offense, but you're no match for any deity. Very well. It's time for you to make your decision then.
What are my companions going to say? They're all going to say, get rid of it. Go with Iamade.
Perhaps your power came from the abyss, that your beautiful soul has cleansed it of all evil. Don't reject this power, for you have already proved that you are worthy of it.
Thank you, Arishale. I agree.
Being around you is so much fun. The whole world is ablaze.
She's
War
just not
is
wrong.
raging, but even those who are on the verge of dying smile when they see you. This power is good. Perhaps it was evil before, but you have made it good. Don't throw it away.
And that's what I've been saying all along. I may have been given this powers from an evil source, but I've chosen to make it what I made of it.
As a cave monster who's going to grow old and die in about 10 years' time, I can tell you this. There's no power in the world that's worth selling yourself out to the abyss for. Being the invincible companion of the magical commander was fun and all, but we don't need it.
Yes, we do.
It doesn't really matter how much magic they've heaped on you. You're the commander because you have the
You
heart
say that,
and mind
but I
of a
disagree.
true commander. Screw your power. Don't betray yourself. That way, we'll win.
I'm not betraying myself by taking the power.
I don't see any reason for deliberation.
I knew he wouldn't like
Your
it.
power is chaotic and capricious, and it originates from a demonic source. I doubt you can even control it. Heed the words of the goddess. Reject it. And then we will hunt down Aurelu Vorlesh and deliver the punishment she deserves.
Keep your hands off Aurelu.
It's not my place to gainsay the will of my goddess, but the thing is, I can sense evil.
She's going against her goddess.
I don't sense it in your power at all.
This is a big
Just
step.
don't. Whatever those horned monsters had planned for you, you definitely aren't playing by their rules.
I can't believe a paladin of Iamade just said that. That's amazing. Thanks, Seela.
You gave hope to the Crusaders in their darkest hour, even when all seemed lost and only despair and death lay ahead. With these powers, you have saved countless lives, and you will save more. Of course you must keep them.
Everybody seems to be on the keep the powers bandwagon except for Reginald and Lan.
Someone pinch me. We are standing in the presence of the most pompous goddess in the world, debating whether we should listen to her or send her packing along with her invaluable opinions. I shall remember this moment for the rest of my life. Even as I stand in Pharasma's court, I shall tell this story to anyone who will listen.
Of course, that's what he focuses on.
As for your question, by all means, tell her to go to the abyss. The power is yours, and yours alone.
Nice way to phrase it.
I hate it when they corner you and demand answers out of you. But fine, I'll tell you what I think. With you, I've always had my freedom, Chief, so I'll speak freely. Be who you are and don't count on gifts from nobody. You gave me the same advice back in Elysium, remember? And I've never regretted following it. Maybe you won't have the powers you had before, but do you really need somebody's permission to do what you want to do? That's what it's all about.
By the way, what power are we talking about? Are you going to take away my entire mythic path? Because I got that of my own help. I don't want to lose that.
Experience tells me that it's wiser to trust yourself and your own abilities. You can't trust what clients tell you. One day you're a hero, the next you're working for the enemy. Sorry, but it all looks like a setup to me. First they tell you to lay down your weapons, and then, once you're unarmed, they finish you off in some back alley.
Your powers are interesting from a theoretical point of view. You are an experiment started by Arilu Vorlesh, and terminating it before it is complete would be foolish, not to mention impolite.
I agree. I agree with Nenio. Wow, what a strange phrase I just said.
I am waiting for your answer. I hope you will choose wisely.
You can go shove it, Iomade.
Quite right. Make your choice, and make it the right one.
I choose me. I haven't even gotten to make a decision yet. What's happening? Oh, okay.